Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, so we're slowing down, bringing all of our focus in so that we can actually be able to receive what's available for us this week. So we do that by letting go of everything that we think we know, bringing our focus inward, using our breath to release, and then asking a specific question. And this is a practice that we can do anytime, anywhere, without anyone knowing, right? Just to get to that place of neutral, and then to be able to perceive information. So go ahead and play along with me, and we'll see what's up for ourselves this week. Okay, so bring the focus in, go into that heart energy, into your breath. Use the imagination because it's the doorway to information, to that creator consciousness, to that creator connection. Go into the heart, and now we're going to use our imagination to drop down into the center of the earth. Imagine that channel of white light. Let go. And then 3 breaths up to the crown of the head, and then exhaling back down, each time letting go. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so wow, it's interesting. So it's like it is a wide open energy, and so we can receive whatever it is that we need to, that we need in our life. So there's no struggle except the struggle we bring to it, right? So keeping that in mind, if we're getting in our own way, that's our problem. It's our issue. But there's no struggle here. You can receive what you need. You can get what you want. There's clear communication. There's opportunity. There's no reason why you shouldn't be excelling or moving forward at this time. If there is, it's your struggle. So if you're struggling, if you're not getting the job you want, or you're not having open communication, or you're not having a great relationship, you need to ask yourself, what's going on here? Why am I stopping this? Where's the blockage? What's in my psyche? What's my belief about them or about myself or about the situation, right? And look at that and work with that, because people, I'm seeing it rain, and to me, rain is just blessings. It's opportunity. It's life. So there's good things that happen here, and it doesn't mean that life is still going to have its ups and downs, right? So it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a struggle this week. It just means that the struggle is what you bring to it, right? So if you're struggling, it's making it more difficult. But if you can relax into the struggle or relax into the success, it's going to just expand it, right? So whatever you're focusing on is going to expand. So if we're focusing on our trauma, if we're focusing on our stress, that's what's going to be expanded this week. Instead of focus in on what's possible, on what you want to receive, on where you want to go, right? So shift the dialogue to the positive. If you can't get there, you can't do it, stop and ask yourself, what needs to happen? What needs to change within myself? What am I resisting, right? So you can have some additional information so that you can make those changes necessary so you can actually receive, because there's momentum here, there's opportunity here, there's creations available for you to be able to move the things that you want to move in the direction that you want to go. So there's a lot of potential here for positivity and for money, for financial gain, for success, for loans, for prosperity. Communication is clear. So like I said, the only struggle is whatever the struggle is you bring to it, because it's clear and it's wide open. So this is a really good week to get a lot done. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. So just showing me again how any buildup of tension, any buildup of problems is based on our inability to pull the plug, on our inability to let go, or to be honest, or to be real, or to communicate what we need to communicate, our own thoughts, our own feelings. I'm being shown like a lot of grief. So a lot of you may be dealing with situations around letting go or not being able to let go, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's a career you're saying goodbye to, whether you're moving, whether the dynamics are changing in the household, whether you're going through a divorce or a separation, or you are going back to work after just having a baby. There's a lot of changes that can happen here. And so they're just showing me this buildup. There's also so you also want to create from where you want to go, right? So remember to shift your focus on the direction that you want to be, not what's currently happening for you. So if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling lack, you want to project where you want to see yourself and not as opposed to where you've been. So it's helpful to look and to see, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? Where is it that I want to go? And what's it going to, what do I need to do in this moment to get there, right? So asking yourself questions about where you want to go or how to get there are helpful ways to allow us to be able to receive that information or those answers to guide us in the moment. All right, so let's see what else is available for us this week. So there's an opportunity to pick up where you've left off, to finalize projects or to do something that maybe you started 6 months ago or 9 months ago or even a year ago, that's now ready to move in that direction. So for some of you, it could mean that you were building a house and now that you're going to move in. For some of you, it could be that you applied to college and now you're moving in that direction. For some of you, it could be that you were engaged and now you're getting married, right? So there's these big shifts that are happening in the universe. And part of that is we have some eclipses coming next month. And sometimes those eclipses happen, before the actual eclipse, the energy starts to come in. So there's some momentum that's starting to be gained in moving us forward. And what happens, right? If we're resistant to change, if we don't or aren't active with the change, then the universe it feels more like a punch in the gut, right? Like change is happening. So if you don't get in front of that curve, you end up, just getting run over by it. So you want to look around and be aware of what is it that's changing in my life and to start to move with it, as opposed to the next month or the following month when it gets a little bit more painful because you're resisting the change. So just be aware that this is something that everybody's dealing with. Everybody has aspects of their life that are changing. And whether it means it's the death of a loved one or it's the rebirth or of a relationship or a big move, but there is for all of us, there's these big projections of what's next for us happening in our life, right? That's going to be really, really opening up next month. But for some of you, you're feeling it sooner. Okay, let's see what else is available for us this week. So there's also a lot of opportunity to enjoy this week. A lot of people are on vacation. A lot of people are using their creative resources for their work or for their home life or to reinvent themselves. So definitely a lot of personal energy and expansive energy for fun to move you in the direction that you want to go. So lots of opportunity to be creative, and there's a whole array of what you can reach out for, right? So don't be afraid to ask for help or to call a friend or to hire somebody, because they're just showing me all the doors are open. And the only thing that's kind of sticky is your own fear of letting go or your own fear of not knowing what to do, so get out of your head or call a professional or ask a friend for help or ask somebody else's advice if you're stuck, because a lot of these doors are opening and some of us aren't taking advantage of it. And that's either because we're not focused, we're focused on the wrong things, or we're afraid, or we're depressed, or we're just not aware that, what's available for us. So just know where you're at, know your limitations, check yourself, and let them go, right? Like there's nothing that is that big that you can't ask for help for, right? Or to get an answer that you need, or to be able to free yourself up so that you can actually begin to receive something that's better for yourself. Because this is a big energy, it's open. And we also just had a full moon, I think it was Monday night, and that's just happened, right? So Sunday, Monday, so I believe it's tonight, but it was last night and tonight. And full moons, right, bring everything together. So whatever you're receiving now is going to be expanded on. So this whole week, there's this expansion of something new that's just been delivered to you. And for some of you, it might be peace of mind. It may be that you just discovered something new about yourself, or it may be that you've just taken a step in the right direction of creating your life newly, or you're contemplating, starting something new in your career, or pushing out a new product, or creating something new in your relationship. So there's all these new things that we can start for ourselves that have now come together. So there's also this fullness this week that's available for you. So just be aware that for some of you, it could be money coming in there with this fullness. It's receiving something that you put in action many, many months ago. So let's look and see what else is available for us. Oh, this is interesting. So don't restrict yourself. In other words, sometimes we don't know what our best life can be, that we have to do everything linear, and we can't see the potential of a situation because we go, there's no way I can make that happen in 3 months, or there's no way I can make that happen in 3 days, or there's no way I can make that happen in 3 years. And basically what you're being asked to do is take the lid off. Just take the lid off of your thinking and start to think, no, you know what? I'm open to having a miracle. I'm open to having it all, or having that thing that I'm wanting or desiring happen for me faster, right? So be willing to have your 5-year plan move up to a year, right? You just don't know. So we think linear, and the universe is telling us this week, don't think linear, right? Just let go and see what comes in. And you may be surprised at how fast miracles can happen, or how fast you can get what you want when you aren't projecting step by step by step how long it's going to take. So let go of the idea that it's going to take you so long to finish something, right? Now, there are a lot of us who are always doing that, and we're always cutting ourselves short. We're always projecting something big, and we never feel like we can ever get it done because we're not good with details. If that's you, then hire those people to fill in those dots. Hire the help that you need. Bring in the help so you can actually project into the future the way that you want. So you can be in action and actually have it take root. So if you're not somebody who's good at following through with details, hire that person. They're around you. All there is to do is to see, aha, I'm not good at this, and I'll bring that person in. Remember when I said the only problem this week is your own suffering and what that means to you and how you're going to suffer? So if you choose to suffer in the details, why? If you're not good at details, hire somebody who handles the details and stop suffering and just get stuff done. So it's that simple. It's really that simple. And, sometimes we think, well, I don't have the money to put there. But if you put the money there and you let go, when you let go, it creates this big opening, this wake for us to receive more. Actually, just floods in the energy of what we need then. So all of a sudden you get used to paying that out, and it opens the door to new energy coming in, so that now it's sustainable. So it's not something that you can linear think about, right? Because these are the ways in which we can just manifest, create an idea, manifest, plant the seed, and allow that information to come in. So this is a big week in terms of being able to manifest and to get what you want. All right, so let me see if there's anything else that we need to be aware of this week, any surprises in store for us, and anything else the universe wants to share with us. So you also don't want to rush this week. Be patient, be calm, be peaceful. Have you ever been around somebody who's really grounded? They're just really they're really grounded, and there may be a storm going around them, or it could be just the picture perfect day and they're just quiet. And whenever you're around them, you just feel grounded and you feel like things are getting done. And it's just this giant sunbeam of light, right? So you want to be that this week. You really want to just be slow and grounded. We don't have to rush. By being slow and grounded, it means that we can still get a lot done without rushing around with our heads cut off, right? So less is more. Being slower to be able to respond or to get things done just means that you're gonna actually have the perfection happen, right? So it's that our ability to be able to receive and to be able to be present to what's going on without having to push or to feel like we're off base, right? So just be grounded, be slow, and we'll all come in together. All right, you guys. So to recap, this week is a big week. No need to suffer. Notice that anything's not happening. It's because what is it within you that's stopping it? It's not external environment this week that is stopping us or that is keeping us from receiving everything that we want. It's within us. So we have the power to pull the plug on that. We have the power to move through it. We have the power to get insight about ourselves. And there's a lot of doors that are being opened for us. We just have to recognize them and go through them. All right, you guys have an amazing week. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. I look forward to connecting with you again next week. Hope you all have a great week.